All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Gankutsuou, the Count of Monte Cristo, episode 3. Albert, what do you know about high society?
Well,
don't answer that.
yeah. But we're going back. We're going back to France, which means that the Count will get introduced, which means that the Count will get a final kind of look at the battlefield that he's about to enter before he actually initiates war. And that will be,
he hasn't already.
Well, yeah, he's already.
Well, right, yeah.
You know, like, yes, of course. But I'm talking about the actual, firing of ships.
Exactly.
And,
the pretenses that come before the conclusion.
Right, exactly. Yeah. He needs to, actually follow Sun Tzu's Art of War and get inside the walled city before he attacks.
Exactly. Yeah.
Otherwise, his enemies are never going to leave the walled city.
Because why do that? Yeah.
Why do that? Exactly.
But, oh boy, Albert, you do not know who you're messing with. And,
this is going to be good.
You don't even know you're messing with somebody, but they're messing with you. And good luck, my boy.
And we got a little cool insight into Franz in that
yes,
Franz will try. Franz will try to help him. Yeah. And he'll probably do a lot.
And then die.
But
probably die.
He might not last this show.
Like if I were to peg someone as being like the tragic early show death, like it would be Franz. Like as like he's
shh.
Right,
I'll
right.
take care of him.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Pretty tragic. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Came to rescue him.
Yeah. Oh no, nightmare.
Oh, okay. So maybe
wow.
That is gorgeous.
Look at how the cloth on the bed, that looks so cool.
Excellent use of 3D for the buildings and cars.
Is this the girl from the OP?
Possibly. Pledge to or whatever. Oh, straight up calling him a fake. Okay.
目的もなしにダラダラ走るのが好きだものね。
Oh.
なんで俺たちフィアンセなのかわけわかんねえよ。じゃあ帰りはドプレイの車に乗せれば。
Well,
that's not good.
退屈なドライブに刺激は必要だろ。隣は無才新聞記者。後ろは婚約済みのカップルと来た。
Yep, here comes big boy.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Wow.
And he did that with bad footing too, because it was already partially off the edge.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm an enhanced human. Oh, actually enhanced human.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Thanks for showing us your assistance. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh!
Wait.
Maximilien! Yes! Okay!
Wait, so these are the two.
Don't spoil it for everyone else. Oh yeah, my story.
All right. Oh yeah, Morrel. Yeah, right.
どちらのご出身で？
実家はマルセイユです。
荒っぽい場所ですな。
あなたは？
もちろんパリさ。下町だがね。
Oh.
Wow, what a visual.
Oh.
いい風。
でも怪しい雲行きだな。
All right. What's that?
Oh my god, wait, what?
What is that?
Some kind of a
Is
pod?
that the Count's ship?
The visuals
Definitely
are awesome.
3D environment, Yeah.
どうして 城壁で世界を分ける必要があるのかしら。
外の世界の
Because here we are
醜
safe.
さ
Here
は
we
我
are
が王
free.
国の美を際立たせるためにこそある。高等法院ダングラール銀行
Dunglar
Yeah,
Bank.
Dunglar.
Okay.
の父上がいらっしゃる宇宙軍大本営権力のトライアングルさ。
Ah. And on a stormy night, he descends.
もはや孤独ですらない。朝が来れば夜になるまで斧が身を呪った。どうか気が違ってしまうようにと祈りもし
Maybe
た。
not.
だ
Maybe
がそれ
not,
は
actually.
Who is
引
this
き
though?
届けられなかった。情けを知らぬ悪魔の冷たい手が私を引き止めた。
Pitiless hand.
もうすぐもうすぐだ。
No.
All right.
But the devil's in the walls.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't keep him out now.
No.
女性方は
ドレスが濡れたとかで帰った。ルノーのアンティークもな。
言えば車でお送りしたのに。
猿に餌を投げるようなもんだ。
モンテクリスト伯爵か。
聞き慣れない名だが。
内閣官房にも資料がない。多
Mm.
分不明か。それとも
Yeah, smart, smart.
詐欺師か。
その賓客とやらにはどこで出くわしたって言ったっけ？
この春にルナのカーニバルで。
御曹司は盗賊に誘拐されたんだとさ。
それは笑える。ルナの目狐にたぶら。
Actually, yeah, yes.
He was very charming. Thank you very much.
Whoa. Just,
そんな
just.
時
There's a dark gale just goes past you.
まずは命の恩人ってやつか。
ものすごい富豪で親切な人物であることは確かだ。由緒ある家柄のものじゃなければこんな見事なものは持っていないだろう。
I mean, that's exactly the kind of
ペ
thing
テ
that
ン
a
師が
con
他
man would
人を
have.
信用
But
させ
Yeah, look at, look at,
Yeah.
yes,
こういう
yes.
小道具をよく使うな。
the
His
pardon
friends are
for the
really
criminal
smart. This
was the
巨
real
大な宇宙
proof.
船を操り
You know.
東方宇宙の絶世の美女とエイリアンを従え何から何まで型破りな人物さ。
そして夜ともなれば美女の生き地を求めて暗がりをさまよう。
伯爵には人の命を何とも思わない冷酷なところがある。フランツ
I
mean-
I'm impressed with how much they are actually discussing things from a wary standpoint.
And
just
how much
seems-
they know.
Right. It just seems to be this kind of like just general levels of intelligence that's
吸血
あ
バカバカしい。
ルナの盗賊よりはリアルさ。
親切な富豪よりもな。
or kind-hearted
Wow.
rich people.
Trust me. Trust us. We know. You know.
モンテクリスト
Right, right.
がお見えです。
Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Yeah. Yep.
He's already inside.
That was just at the word
Yeah.
of show him in at once. Just, he's here.
Yep.
Instantly.
Oh man, the atmosphere is so good.
This is
I love it.
this is great. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
失礼。扉が開いてい
Oh,
た。
the door was open.
またお会いできた光栄です。僕の友人たち
Yep, here we go.
フランツはすでにご存知です。
I already know Franz, yep.
こちらがリュシアン・ド
Oh,
ブレ
Debray. Oh, okay.
若くして内務省の中枢に席を置くやり手の
Okay.
役人です。
Cool.
ボーシャン新聞記者です。
Somewhat
マクシミリア
remember
ン・モレル騎兵隊員エリダヌス戦役の勇者です。
はじめまして。誠実で勇敢な武人の鏡ですな。
隊員をご存知なんですか？
いいえ。
But that last name.
Yeah, yeah.
多くの
Doesn't show up on the-
写真は忌むべき習慣とみなされています。ご容赦いただこう。
失敬失敬。
船乗りとしてさまざまな土地を訪れるうちにすっかり別の世界の習慣に染まってしまいました。
これまでどういった場所に？
さまざまな場所を旅し
Tell
ま
us,
した。
tell us, tell us.
東方宇宙、北部宇宙、そ
Whoa!
して銀河の
Okay.
Whoa!
それは国家に対する裏切りでは。
私を守ってくれもしない人々に忠誠を誓う理由がありません。そうではありませんか。
随分
Nice.
と大
Pretty
胆な
core
ご意
aspect
見
of
で
his
すな。
philosophy.
頼るべきは自分のみであることがお分かりになるでしょう。
Nice, nice.
すぐにお茶の支度を。
ご出身はどちらです？
あなた方の想像もつかないような土地で生を
Really?
した。
言えないような場所ですか？失礼だぞ。友人としてお付き合いする以上、そのくらいのことは知っておきたいじゃないか。
That is fair.
それはそうでしょう。あなた方のような紳士知見が私に興味を抱くのは私に謎があるからではありませんか。
でもだからこそ僕らは伯爵のことをもっと知りたいんです。
相変わらず青いわね。
Wait, what? What? Huh? Oh my god!
Hold on.
Wait,
Hold on.
So the Count got her a job here
Yeah.
long before he arrived.
Or
No, that has to
Right.
be it.
Yeah.
That has to be it.
yeah.
Like,
Right, because it's it's not like he would come
because
over
he was
with.
involved with the bandits.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Let's talk.
私
Wound
盗
up
賊
here,
団
huh?
を抜けたの。で、職を求めてパリにやってきたってわけ。
でもどうして
might
ここが
be
あな
without
た
the
を追って
count.
きたの、アルベール。
Maybe.
なんて嘘
Bit
嘘。
smitten with you?
偶然よ。たまたま口があっただけ。
とここにいる気か。
いや、
そのなんていうか。
心配しないで。お互い秘密は守るってことでね。
I love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Awesome.
あまり気にするなよ。大したやつじゃないさ。今夜はどうする？久々にルクイーンへ繰り出すか。
いや、俺は遠慮するよ。
自分も結構です。
Yeah.
なんだこれは。
Wow.
モンテクリスト
Wow.
それがどうした？
Oh, he recorded it?
録音されていない。
Holy shit.
No way.
Whoa.
機械の故障でしょう。
じゃあこれもそうか。
Yep, the photograph. Yep. 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 Ah.
It could be some tech that he has. You know,
Right.
to
And I love
avoid
that in
things
this
like
sci-fi world, they could just explain it away that he has some advanced technology on him that's
Yep.
making him anonymous. But it's not. It's just that he's a vampire.
Yeah.
この風景は
Marseille. Yeah.
でしょうか。
Yeah.
母の趣味です。僕にはなぜこの場所を選んだのかわかりません。
いや、素晴らしい。
ところが父はこの絵が嫌いで、
Of
Of
course
course he does.
Of course he does.
僕の部屋に飾ることにしたんです。
え、どうも。
この絵が何か。
いや、そろそろおいとましないと。これは勇ましい絵だ。
父の趣味です。母が買い求めたものはあちらです。
お
Just
客様はこちらかしら。
Like
actual
big deal
oil
painting.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Breathe, man, breathe.
He's a vampire. Does he need to breathe?
You can't touch them. They're gonna freak. They're gonna freak out.
Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, but the setting looks just so gorgeous. Oh,
Yeah,
and then it ends
that's
there.
how you end it, yeah.
Great place to end it. Okay.
Dude, imagine if you knew nothing about this story.
I know.
This is a really good pacing adaptation thus far, with all the things that you can kind of tend to like expect that you would need to have in order to bring the story.
Because it gets creative with it, right? Like in a similar way to the art style and the fact that it's a sci-fi setting and things like that. Enough things are different that even if you know the original story, you don't necessarily know this one, right? Because he's also a vampire, right? But you know enough to be like, yes, I understood that reference, right? I see the things starting to line up.
Oh,
you know?
right. But I was mean, like, imagine if you like also had like never.
Then
like,
it's just get ready for crazy intrigue and stuff, like.
Right. It's based around the idea that, you would have, an opportunity to kind of just see from that omniscient perspective that, this is going down.
The Count would probably have a similar level of mystery and air to the audience as he would to the other characters in the show.
Yeah, exactly.
A strike.
The Count has arrived.
Oh boy. And he knows how to make an entrance. I mean, he's done that before, but
he made an entrance. And I love how intelligent all of Albert and Franz's friends were in quickly disassembling the idea that, one, he's not just someone that's a bit sus in terms of their, I don't know if we should actually...
Vampire side,
The vampire stuff aside, he has a couple things about him that seem like they're not really worthy of their attention.
Yeah, potentially ill repute.
Right, and these are high society, ones here.
Right.
Except it's kind of funny because in a lot of ways, Maximilien is the lowest rank of all of them there.
Right.
And he's just like, I'm just happy to be here. And,
I'm happy to be here. I did a really good job at my job. And so as a result of that, I've gotten recognized a bit, but I am still technically kind of a nobody.
Right.
As far as family.
As far as family goes. Yeah,
well,
exactly.
But not to the Count.
But not to the Count. And that's the part that's really exciting about this is who is connected to who because of the past.
So let's should we go over this for
So Morcerf, Danglars, and Villefort are the three that betrayed Edmond Dantes.
And we got the whole bit of the Danglars bank, which is good to know. But then we have the whole situation of, Count met Mercedes at the end, but But then we also have Valentine, the
daughter of Villefort.
The daughter of Villefort, who is currently the fiancée of Franz, but really may end up having something happening with Maximilien. Which is like, okay, all right. And then, of course, Albert.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if one of these kids is the son or daughter of Danglars.
Right.
I forgot because there's a possibility. Like one of them I think it's a possibility that Eugenie is.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure.
Oh, and then the whole thing with Maximilien, for any of you who are wondering, like, why are we freaking out about Maximilien and stuff?
Yeah.
Morrel's is the last name of the owner of the shipping company that Edmond used to work for.
Right.
So that was like the family where it's like, okay, yeah, no, you were like...
You're good people.
You're good people, and you're probably the only sort of friend that I would have left after escaping, because you were always good and kind to me.
Right. That's why he kind of looked at him after hearing Morrel and had this kind of extra thing. And they're like, wait, do you know that? He's like, no, never met him before. Because that's true.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Never met him before.
But I can imagine that it would get complicated if while you're on your crazy revenge plot and you're like, okay, I'm on the hunt. Suddenly, someone that you want to make sure...
don't want to hurt.
Right, and you would want to make sure stays out of it, is suddenly there, and you're like, And
they set up Morcerf being the one of the people in charge of the Space Imperial Forces, and if he's a cavalry hero, and if you go to war, even if it's intrigue war, you could end up on the wrong side of a military,
To say nothing of the fact that you're going after the father of the soon-to-be probably lover of Maximilien. So that could also get complicated.
I love how they're setting up all the complicated love shenanigans, because that's totally how it was in the book, as far as I remember. There are a lot of characters that had little trysts and things going on and stuff.
High society.
Right. But it was all very hush-hush and very, like, everyone has secrets. So all these characters that have come in here, basically, for us to get to know... they're riddled with secrets, and and a lot of them don't necessarily have like things to do with just their family, like their personal secrets, and they also set up the income and economic inequality in Paris at the time as well, basically setting up the fact that until recently there was a military dictatorship of sorts that had in history taken over.
With that was a bit vertically challenged.
And that's more of a myth thing. Yes, he was maybe short, but not
right.
super short.
No, not cartoonishly short. Not Pinky in the Brain. He's 2 inches tall or whatever.
No, but that's still a myth kind of thing. But yes, Napoleon Bonaparte was
a person
having sent off to prison around this time in history. So He could come back. Except
Sure.
I think within the books, if he ever came back, it was for such a short amount of time that it was his final time where he's like out for a month and causes a bunch of trouble that he's immediately dealt with. But that could be a thing where they bring in Morcerf and or Maximilien be involved if there's any kind of uprising that happens in the midst of this. And then this adaptation could find a way to twist that a little bit to be something where it's chaos that the Count, takes advantage of. But we'll see how they choose to do that, because they haven't actually set up a Napoleon equivalent character.
Right, so he might just not be present. And that's one of those things that totally makes sense to do, because this is an adaptation, and because you're changing it to a sci-fi with vampires and things like that. Some things just might not fit. And if it doesn't fit, then don't force it into the story. And I'm all for that, right? The way that this story has been going so far very much feels like a faithful adaptation, while at the same time a completely new story. Like it's the okay, you know these characters kind of, but you don't necessarily know this version of them, right? You know the world kind of, but not this exact version of it, right? So things like the rumor of, oh yeah, there was that sailor that apparently randomly started drinking blood, a while back, just random rumor. It's like, okay, so that's a difference, that's maybe how it happened with Dantes. All right, maybe that's the reason why he was locked up. Who knows,
or maybe that's something with regards to someone that he encountered along the time as he was a exploring sailor,
right,
or what have you. But I love all the setups of Dantes being the one that's the society outcast. Even though we know he's looking for revenge against those that are now in this high society,
right?
It kind of says that the people that went, and took and betrayed him might have been from a lower side of society at the time. So that's a cool little detail. Just if you weren't really aware of the story, from the book and stuff, there'd be some cool things you could kind of glean from that regard. Because
correct me if I'm wrong, but basically, as a result, the way it was originally is that there was Morcerf was the one that was high society,
correct?
And then
I believe so.
And then Villefort kind of because civil servant, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't high.
Right.
Yeah.
But then as a result of...
And I don't believe Danglars was.
No, Danglars definitely wasn't. Right. He was
From what I remember.
The first mate on the ship that Dante was on,
Yeah, but remember, ignore the movie.
No, I know. I remember that from the book,
Okay.
Yeah. Like, the book was a weird experience for me because it's such a massive book, and because it's a book, it's not like you have really colorful character designs and stuff to keep things in immediately easy to recall in your mind. The names got mixed up for me a lot of the time, but there were certain details of yes, Danglars was the first mate, he got passed up, and things like that, and as a result wanted revenge. But that as a result of the shenanigans that they did to Dantes, that kind of helped them do other things as well to sort of amass power, from what I can recall.
Yeah, so let's turn this a little bit more into an episode discussion
rather
than how well we remember the book discussion. The actual character interactions between Franz's friends and Albert and Franz's friends, it felt really smart. It felt like they were characters where they were saying only the things that needed to be said. There was not a lot of fluff conversation here. I felt like we were starting to get to know them as individuals quite well in what separated them from the already opposites of Albert and Franz.
Sure. Yeah, it's something where I wouldn't have been surprised if they were basically just like the rich punks who don't really know anything. But it's no.
No, they're all actually quite accomplished and competent in their areas.
There may be a lot of them are assholes or whatever, or whatever, but it's something where they have been very well educated, like the benefits of wealth, basically, right?
Yeah, but in some ways it makes Albert stand out even more
as the naive one,
as the one who's really doesn't fit in this group here,
right?
Which is funny because then, in the very beginning, Eugenie brings up you would be the perfect target for a con artist.
Oh, yeah.
And look at this group of 5 here. Of all of them, Not the other four. The Count would have zero shot.
Right.
Zero shot with them.
The military guy, he doesn't have enough money to warrant, conning.
Well, no. I'm talking personality.
Oh,
the military guy is probably too earnest and just good boy to actually be like roped into anything like that.
Sure.
We have the civil servant here, Lucien Debray.
Mm-hmm.
He's too shrewd.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He's just too smart. The civil servant Beauchamp, not the civil servant, the journalist Beauchamp, he's too inquisitive.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way. And then Franz is too skeptical. It's so fun to see a character like Albert have friends like this and be like, oh shit, you're gonna have the wool pulled so far over your eyes before they have a chance to help you.
And it already is. Yep. And that's why Franz is even more skeptical, right? Because he's realizing, he knows what his friend's like, right? The fact that, he just went out onto the streets of Luna and ended up getting roped into, this kidnapping and all that stuff because, pretty lady. And then now he's still, like, hanging out with this pretty lady who, granted, did save his life.
And is a dude.
But, and it's the whole thing of, hey, you're suddenly at my estate on the staff. How did that happen?
How did that happen?
Because
what do you know?
Because it's not like a whole lot of time would have passed from them, like, leaving to coming here.
No. They said that was in the spring.
Oh.
It's an entirely new season.
Okay, yeah,
it's at least 3 months.
Right. Things move slowly, and the Count is patient, right? He wouldn't try and force the introductions and things like that.
Nope. No. And also, he is the master of prep time. He is actually just Batman when it comes to prep time. It's actually terrifying to think about, but there are things that he could be, and they need to keep introducing more characters in order to have the audience really feel like that this was something that will have good payoff. But he basically needs to get in bed with all of their families here.
Right.
Like actually,
you're slowly basting a turkey.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, starting with the kids, basically, that's just the convenience of having Albert on his side here.
Right.
But when he arrived in the carriage, he said, I'm no longer alone in my solitude. And there was a woman in the carriage with him who was not Peppo.
Not Peppo. And Albert mentioned her as like that's part of the legend or the mystery or the things that we know about the Count, is that he always has a beautiful woman with him. And it's like, wait, hold on. So what is the situation with this lady?
Yeah, because I have no recollection, knowledge, or anything about her, just in general. Also because, she might be a vampire.
She might be a vampire, yeah.
Like, that might just be one of his, what's the term for a vampire's,
not spawn.
Yeah, it's not spawn, but it's
Uh-huh.
Thrall?
Yeah.
Thrall, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, and from the shot that we got of her, it was a straight-on shot, so it's not necessarily the most indicative, but it did look like her ears might be pointy. Now,
they're definitely pointy.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Because I don't know if we got a side profile shot, which would be where it'd be like obvious,
They're just like the Counts, like it's
very,
very, very obvious.
Yeah.
So that's its own thing as well. Mm-hmm. But now he's meeting Mercedes and Morcerf.
And I love this because in a lot of ways he's been playing on easy mode by interacting with the kids, right? The young adults, right?
Yes. The worst of it was that photograph.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And he dealt with that, but I love that, as far as the information that characters know in the show, the hard evidence is starting to build up of him being a vampire.
Already, yeah.
Even though there's the whole thing of sci-fi, he could just have some sort of scrambler device on him that's just like, nope.
Yeah.
And if they were to ask him about it, he could be like, well, of course, I don't want pictures to be taken of me.
I asked you not to.
Right, but that is something that I take as a precaution because, whatever. And then that could make them just think, oh, he's a con man. He doesn't want his identity to be able to be searched or something.
Or he has a dark past, which is just actually accurate.
Actually accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
But then, now all of a sudden, oh, you're meeting Mercedes. Which, as far as all of the revenge...
That's where it gets complicated.
Because
we know. You guys know what's in the OP, right? wish you would love me.
And trust me, laugh with me, and cry with me. Yeah.
Yeah. But my friends betrayed me.
And this is something that I want to bring up now that Mercedes has been introduced, because this is, in the book, Albert...
Okay.
Well, okay.
Don't spoil too much.
But I get the feeling this isn't actually going to happen because Albert is the main character.
Well, Albert was a character that got a lot of focus in the book as well because he was... Yeah.
But about halfway through or so, I can't remember exactly when it happened.
Okay.
It switches to Max. He exits the story.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm curious if that will still happen, because that was sort of the...
That's why I don't want to go too much into like the hard plot things of like the future. Yeah.
But I mean, it's probably not going to happen that way. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's the thing. We're excited because Maximilian's here. They didn't write him out of the story.
Yes,
or anything.
that is true. That is true.
But
well, okay. Here's all I'll say. In the book, Albert was the way that the Count wanted to get revenge on Mercedes, and I feel like that might not be how it's being set up right now, but it might be. I don't know. So, that'll be interesting. But how he even handles this conversation will be...
Well, right.
I'm curious to see how that plays out.
As far as like what we're even setting up in the story here, the Count is one who has to keep a measure of self-control about him.
Yes.
And we haven't really seen it be tested fully.
No.
So this is basically the best opportunity for us to see what kind of an inner monologue he uses to maintain that actor's persona of charming, mysterious, rustic aristocrat. And I very much enjoyed that as a part of his persona from the books. But I very much want to see how the show kind of exaggerates it even more potentially with the vampire stuff. Because I think the cold just almost like I deaden the atmosphere with it.
Right, the lights go out when I enter the building.
Exactly.
You know,
like that's the kind of thing that I'm like, ooh, where does the sci-fi and the mystical meet that? And
that'll be interesting.
Oh yeah. But okay. We've met now a lot of new characters here. We've got the setup for what will be the next episode, just the encounter. And that little bit with the painting.
Yes, the painting was nice. Painting was nice.
Yeah. Just this painting. There might have been.
Why is it at Marseille? Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. And then the other characters talking about Marseille was rather cool from like a world building setup of what are the characters that are familiar with Marseille, you know?
Right.
Oh, that's a place that a woman would not want to be seen in.
Oh, exactly. Rough and tumble area. Yeah.
Yeah. So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.